Welcome to Globe Talks 24, the podcast series brought to you by the Globe family of Royal College. In this series, we delve into insightful conversations with educational leaders, educators, students who aspire, teachers who inspire, and innovators who achieved from around the world, exploring topics that shape our educational landscape and beyond. I'm your host, Kiran Chandrasevi. For our inaugural episode, we have with us the current chairman of the Globe family, Ashvika Dias. Hello Ashvika, how are you doing today?
I'm doing quite well, Kiran. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing fine myself. So, could you start off by giving us a brief introduction on yourself?
Sure, Kiran. My name is Ashvika Dias. I'm 17 years old. I'm an A-level math student in Royal College. And I'm the current chairman for the years 2024-25 of the Globe family of Royal College. And I'm also senior probation steward.
Perfect. Now, as you are the chairman of the Globe family, would you mind giving us some insight as to what the Globe family of Royal College is and what you guys do?
Well, Kiran, Globe family of Royal College is an environmental science club. It's a student environmental research organization in our school. As a result, we are involved in various types of fields of research, including atmosphere, pedosphere, biosphere, hydrosphere, the system itself. We research those systems and we collect data and submit that data.
Oh, okay. So, the Globe family, it seems like a very interesting club in school. And so, how old is the Globe family of Royal College?
We have a rough history around 25 years.
No, I see. So, 25 years is it's a bit of a long time, right?
It is a old club, yeah.
Within those 25 years, club must have done numerous large-scale projects, right? So, can you mention a few? Can you give me a brief description?
So we have, our most signature project is called Remanio.
Okay.
It happens yearly. It is an all-island competition where students are able to showcase their scientific innovations regarding the environment, their artistic abilities related to the environment, what they can do for the environment. It is like a competition among young scientists.
I see. So,
And we also have Hydrate 24, which is a donation campaign. We'll talk about that later. And we have also Wave, it is also an yearly project which is happening this year also. And from this year onwards, one of our most significant project is, what I'm starting is Empower 24.
yeah.
It is, and we are hoping it will be annual. It is a project where we'll be going abroad as young scientists in a scientific expedition where we'll be able to collect data, engage with other communities.
Yeah. Okay, so those are some truly impressive projects for a school club. As the chairman for the year 2024, I assume you wish to recreate this greatness in your club. And so what are some notable projects that you are doing this year?
Well, of course, we'll be doing our signature project, Remanio. Other than Remanio, we are doing Globe Talks, which is happening right now.
Yeah.
Some other significant projects is, obviously, we kicked off our year with Empower 24.
Yeah.
Like I said, from this year onwards, is a project where as students, we are able to represent our school and our nation internationally throughout the world. We are able to go to other countries, do scientific expedition, participate in scientific competitions, go to science fairs. There's a annual Asia Pacific Science Fair by Globe program in the Asia Pacific region, and then there is the Globe program convention. We are able to participate in those and compete in those and represent our country through the Empower project, which I hope will happen in the future years also, which is our goal. We successfully did it and concluded it. And other than Empower 24, we also have the most notable project is Remanio. Like I explained before, it is our signature project. It has been happening since the start of the club. Other than that, one of the most notable projects is Hydrate 24. I like it personally because we are able to help people in rural areas that are unable to fend for themselves.
So yeah, can you go into a bit more detail about the project, Highway 24?
Basically, it's a donation campaign where we go to a rural area where water is very polluted. Water supply to schools itself is polluted, and it is hard for students to even drink their own school tap water because it might poison them. They might get sick for a while.
It might be toxic.
It might be toxic. Because of that, it is a very common issue in Sri Lanka, and we are trying to address it by going to those areas and targeting schools and making sure that we give them water filters and installing them and making sure they have a clean supply of water.
Yeah.
That is our main goal by Hydrate. And as well as we are also doing a small scale river cleanup project where we are trying to get the local, in our local area, because river in our district is, to my knowledge, Kalani River.
Yeah.
So we are going to the Kalani River bed and we are going to clean that river bed as much as we can as students.
Yeah.
And give our utmost best in cleaning that area and making sure it won't get polluted anymore in the future. And as students, we will do what we can.
So I heard that it's a 5-phase program. Do you mind going into more detail about that?
Well, that is the phase 1 is the donation campaign.
Yeah.
Phase 2 is the river cleanup. Phase 3 is the plantation, where we again, one of the biggest issues in our country and one of the biggest issues that most of our water bodies get polluted is that the mangrove trees in those areas are cut down and destroyed. And mangrove trees take a huge part in cleaning water bodies in our country. So by Hydrate 24, what we are trying to do there is we are going to a place where mangrove trees are completely destroyed and replanting them and making sure that the area is replanted. And then there is a phase called reinstating an ecosystem.
Okay.
In Sri Lanka, there are so many ecosystems, but yet some of them are completely destroyed. What we are trying to do is go to a place where the ecosystem is completely destroyed and try to reinstate it. You might be wondering what reinstating an ecosystem is. Imagine a place where all the trees are cut down and the lake is polluted and the animals are dead and, well, basically there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Which used to be a thriving environment.
Yeah.
What we're trying to do is replant them, clean those water bodies, bringing in life from outside and introducing new species to the environment again that was there before, and trying to reinstate that ecosystem again.
I see.
Well, there's one more phase in Hydrate. It's a 5-phase project, which is establishing a globe family in another school.
Oh, okay.
What we are trying to do there is get the word out more.
Yeah, I see. So those projects sound very promising, and I'm sure they will be more exciting than I'm imagining. Right? So, Ashvika, I have also heard that Globe family is actually somewhat associated with NASA.
You're correct there, yes, Kiran. Well, basically, let's start from the beginning. GLOBE is an acronym.
Okay.
It's Global Learning and Observation to Benefit the Environment. Basically, we are under the GLOBE program. GLOBE program is an international organization that is based in US, which is initiated and sponsored by NASA.
I see.
Also, the National Scientific Foundation of USA and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and the United States Department is also part of this program. So, internationally, we have the support from all of those organizations regarding our cause. What we are trying to do is, we are also trying to help those organizations with their own research as students. That is GLOBE's main purpose, to collect data and submit it so that as researchers and scientists, as we get to be young scientists and the actual researchers and scientists can help to prevent the earth from dying. Well, it is already dying. They are trying to prevent it. And what we are trying to do is help them.
I see. That's really interesting, and I believe that the fact that we are associated with NASA, it brings a lot of Malis into the club, right?
Well, it does attract a certain crowd, but I wouldn't say that it is the main reason that people join the club. But yes, NASA is a good touch.
Okay, so there are also multiple other environmental clubs at Royal College, right? But what sets GLOBE apart from the rest in your art?
Well, the other environmental clubs in our college are environmental clubs. We are an environmental scientific research organization. We are completely different. Our goals are different, our visions are different, our missions are different. While most environmental clubs in school partake in environmental activism, we are mostly towards environmental research.
I see.
Which is different, which is completely different. I mean, to most people, it will sound the same because environmental is in front of the word. But yeah, but in reality, it's completely different.
I see. As the chairman of the club, there's you face challenges running the Globe family. So, what are the challenges the club is currently having, and how do you address them?
Well, challenges wise, I would say, well, we are on a very tough schedule. So,
A very tight schedule.
very tight schedule. Like, it's hard. As a matter of fact, the proven fact is that the Globe Talks, this podcast, is being recorded at 5 in the morning.
Yeah,
And if we sound dead, obviously, there's a
very valid reason.
there's a very valid reason because it's 5 in the morning right now, and we have to balance our studies with our club activities.
Yeah, manage
But-
our time properly.
Exactly, but it's not exactly a challenge the club face. It's what we face.
Yeah.
A challenge the club face would be, let's say, for any chairman, a challenge would be recruiting new members because, like, every year a new batch of mallas come.
Yeah,
There are 53 clubs in our school, and out of that 600 mallis, for their future, they had to pick a club. So we ourselves have a small competition there. That is a challenge any chairman is facing, getting the new set of mallas interested in the club and making them our successors.
yeah, making them participate in our club activities.
Exactly, the new batch of mallas. That is the only challenge that we as a club can face at the moment.
As
I mean, there will be more challenges in the future, but as of right now, one of the biggest challenges is that getting the new faces introduced to the club, and it's very young. They are grade 6 only. They don't understand what environmental research is, most of them. We have to explain it to them, and yet somehow we manage to get those mallas in to be held. The mallis in our school are pretty smart. They understand the stuff and they join in and partake in our project.
So, Ashvika, how would one join the Globe family of Royal College?
Well, one of the ways they can join is they can partake in our bi-monthly meetings.
I see.
So that happens on Thursdays at 2 p.m. Or you can literally just go to a senior in our club and just say that you are interested, and they'll just take your details and they'll get you in. Every one of our board member and my senior committee is very welcoming, and they will help any malla that wants to join.
Yes. So, if any viewers are interested in joining the Globe family of Royal College, you can participate in our bi-monthly meeting happening on Thursdays from 2 p.m. onwards. Or you can directly approach one of the senior committee members and ask them on how to join. So, Ashvika, let's start on the hard-hitting questions now, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so wonderful. First off, we must obviously explore the reasons why you joined the Globe family of Royal College.
Well, I joined the club when I was in grade 6. I mainly joined when I was in grade 6. It was 2017.
Yeah.
The Remanio project was like done at its peak. Like, it was held at BMICH. It was a very good club year. To my knowledge, I believe it was an A grade year.
Yeah.
In 2017. So the senior batch, the board members of that year, I remember coming to our class and explaining the club.
Yeah.
They were very persuasive and they had a lot of passion.
Yeah, they were very enthusiastic.
They were very enthusiastic. Just by looking at them, I wanted to join the club. That is the reason why I joined this club, because of the seniors and their passion.
I see. So, yeah, since you joined the club a few years back, do you think the current Malayalis wish to join the club for the same reason, or are there other reasons which make them join the club now?
Well, yeah, obviously, no one person joins a club for the same reason as another person.
Yeah.
A lot of people have a lot of, well, some might relate to my own experience. They might have joined because of some senior.
Yeah.
But to most people, the people I know, even my classmates, most of them join clubs because of the projects that club is doing.
Yeah.
Whether it relates to them, whether they are interested in them. It's something they try to relate to the project or whether the project is fun.
Yeah.
That's one of the main reasons members check before joining a project committee. That's what they hope to do. For an example, let's take Globe Talks an example.
Yeah.
A person that is interested in audio would go for Globe Talks. Like a person that is interested in sounds or comparing something like that, they would go for Globe Talks because they want to relate their skill set to something where they can give back. Where they can give back to the schools, where they can give back to the environment. People will most likely join projects that they have a skill setting. A person that is good at communicating would go for a project like vendor, where you will have to communicate with a lot of vendors and coordinate with a lot of people. A person that is good at designing would go for Ecopulse, where we are doing a magazine and the magazine editing committee or something like that.
Nice.
A person with a different set of skill sets would join different projects.
Yeah. So speaking of vendor, I heard that we are releasing a magazine.
Yes, the progress of the magazine is good. It is not completed, but it's going in a good direction. We are trying to make that magazine free of charge.
Oh, okay.
But we are not sure. We are trying our best. We will try our best to make it free of charge. The main purpose of us trying to make it free of charge is so that the students in our school can actually get a idea about the environment and what is happening. The magazine educates about everything. It educates you about everything regarding the environment, the climate change, the sustainability, the AI regarding the environment, and a lot of other stuff. Sustainable structures, everything. The magazine covers a lot of point from professor's viewpoint to a student's viewpoint.
I see.
For those reasons, we want the students in our school to be able to be educated in those areas, and that is the reason why we are trying to make this magazine free of charge.
Okay, moving on. Right. So now that we know your motives for joining the club and we know about the juniors, would you mind sharing some stories of your time before you became the chairman?
Well, Kiran, honestly, my memory is a bit vague from grade 6 to 9. I can't exactly remember what I did back then. I do remember participating in small projects back in the day. Most of our projects are targeted for the senior audience because most of the time we are out of the school. We can't take a lot of mallas that are too junior. Like the grade 6 to 9 mallas, they can participate in competition. I remember participating in competition and such, but not going for like projects like hydrate, tow, wave, or stuff like that because it is safer to take students that are senior.
Yeah.
So sadly, the start of my senior years, grade 10 and 11, COVID came.
Yeah.
With that, we were home. And
It was online.
Yeah. So we missed our senior years. That is a bit sad, but we made up for that last year, 2023, where I was given my first board position in Globe Family. I was the PR director. I set myself my own milestones and I tried to achieve them. I achieved most of them. Some I couldn't, but I tried my best. I charted the first project, which was called Vendor. It is really hard. It was very hard. Yes, and our seniors were strict, but they were interesting bunch. Like, for an example, during the project, they would be really extremely strict. The project has to be done this way, otherwise, no. Like, honestly, joking around, sure, but it's not entirely full militarized, not. They would joke around and do the project, but it is fully strict. You always stick to the schedule, you have to stick to the deadlines. We will always try, we always did meet our deadlines.
Yeah.
But after the project, we would always like go out somewhere, have an after party, after project meeting, chill out, hang out, go karting, go explore Colombo, go explore Western Province. We would do stuff like that. We would go on explorations by ourselves as a group, as a family.
I see. Yeah, so those are truly some great experiences to have as a member, right? Now that we know your backstory in your family, can we cover some of your favorite parts of being in the club and being its chairman?
Well, where do I begin first? Let's see. The favorite part of the club, I would say, are my board members and my members. Their passion towards the projects that we are doing, the amount of, even though we have a lot of work, we still do our utmost best. Like, there's a lot of stuff for us to do. We still get together. We hang out with each other literally 24/7.
Even now.
Even now, at 5 in the morning. Yeah, exactly. Half the time we are literally spending to edit a magazine. We would be in literally the same house for like 5 days straight, editing non-stop, making edits. Oh my God, the amount of work. But basically, at this point, we are family. We are literally with each other 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Be it school, be it outside school. And of course, another favorite part of the being the chairman is the fact that I get to give back to the environment and I get to help people in need
Through hydrate.
yes. And I get to have the feeling of being what it feels like to be a young scientist, or maybe even might be a future scientist in the future.
Yeah, so one of our other key roles is to improve the club, right? So speaking of improving the club, no matter how good a club is, there will always be room for improvement. So what are some fields that you wish to improve in the club during this year?
A field that I would like to improve would be, I would like to grow our member base more. I would like to spread the word out about the glow.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I see. But no matter how much someone improves the club, it will always require help from the school authorities, the staff, and the past members, right? So how would you say the school authorities are aiding the group family and any other club actually?
Well, I'm very thankful to have very supportive school administration that helps us, especially our TIC, which has been in the club from 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like more than a decade now, she has been a part of Globe family. She has helped us through ups and downs. She has guided us through a lot. Well, she's one of the reasons that we were able to empower 24 this year.
Yeah.
And yeah, we are very thankful for her and her dedication for more than a decade towards our club.
Yeah, and we can't forget our past members.
Of course, and our past members and our administration, that is the deputy principal, the senior master in charge, our principal. They are also a very supportive bunch for the clubs. And the prefects council, of course, the clubs committee is there to guide us and make sure that the projects we produce are up to a royal standard.
Yeah.
And the past board members that have been giving us good advice and good criticism at times that it is needed.
Yeah. A very big thank you for all of their constructive criticism, which has got us this far.
Yes, we appreciate it.
So, cooperation from the student administration is very important for a successful club year. So, moving on to upcoming projects of the Globe family, would you mind giving us another quick run through of the projects which are happening this year?
Sure. Well, let's start off with Globe Talks.
Globe Talk.
Right now, the first episode is being recorded, which is the inaugural episode. The main purpose of this episode is to educate people regarding the club and what we are doing and whatever bunch we are. And we are hoping to do at least 9 more podcasts, where we'll get professors and experts regarding the fields related to Globe and have some interviews with them and talk with them in the podcast manner. 9 is the bare minimum. If we can do, we will do more than 10 episodes, which is at least, let's say, 20. And we'll try our best to do 20. Kiran is project.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yes, that is Globe Talks for you. And let's talk about Act Now, which is a lecture series, just like the project says, Act Now. The lecture series is regarding the climate change, and we are trying to educate the members of our school and members of other schools to act now regarding the climate change that is happening right now. We want, because literally, like I said before, the earth is destroyed.
Yeah.
With the earth being destroyed, we are trying to educate people on how to stop it, what we can do as students, what we can make others do. The small changes matters.
Yeah.
That's why the butterfly effect exists. Then we have Remanio, like I talked before, where it is an online competition.
Yeah.
And we have Hydrate 24, which is a donation campaign, and River Cleanup and Reinstall an ecosystem. It's a it's a 5-year project. It's a bit of a long process, but
Nice.
yeah. Since I talked about it before, I won't get into it much. We have Empower 24. We went to Singapore this year, where we went to NUS and NTU, which is National University of Singapore, and Nanyang Technological University, where we went for a science expedition / cultural exchange there. And we also have Wave 24, which is also one of our signature projects because it has been happening since the past years, where we will be collabing with another school to clean up the beach.
I see.
Well, I know it sounds like a small thing, but as students, we are trying. Well, the Sri Lankan beaches are very polluted. As students, we are going to try our best to make sure that we are going to do what we can do. We might not be able to clean the entire beach, but we will try to make at least a small impact as students.
Yeah.
That is Wave for you, and there's a fundraiser event for Wave, which is a beach football tournament. After that, we have the vendor. Like I said, Ecopulse, the environmental magazine, and the vendor is a place where we will be getting entrepreneurs, new environmental entrepreneurs, to showcase their startup businesses in a location and help them get their word out.
Yeah.
People should use these products than those mass-produced products that can affect their environment in a bad way. That is the main purpose of vendor. Those are some of our main projects that is happening this year, but then there is the most important project that we are doing, which is called the Globe program.
Yeah.
The data collection and submission. That's what makes us the Globe family.
Yeah.
The data collection and the submission. It's our main purpose. What we are doing there, it might be a small thing, but it can benefit to help the environment in the long run, because that data can help scientists throughout NASA, a lot of people in a lot of organizations to use that data and study it and make a change.
Yeah.
Help to make a change.
So all of those projects, they are diverse. They are very diverse. In your personal opinion, which of these projects are your favorite?
Honestly, as a chairman, I can't pick a single project because all of these projects are equal to me.
I see.
I can't pick a favorite either way. That would mean that I'm picking a favorite project chairman. That would be unfair for the other project chairmen.
What he's trying to say is that Globe Talks is his favorite project, right? So, yeah, I know it's a hard decision. They all sound really interesting and fun, right? So, if you really had to pick one, what would it be?
Obviously, anyone would pick Empower 24, but from my past year's experience, like my last year, one of the best experience I had in the club was Hydrate.
Yeah.
By experience-wise and what I was able to do, I felt like I did an actual thing that helped people, or when we did that, the people over there were extremely delighted. They were very happy. It was a very nice thing to see, to be here. If I had to pick, I would pick that because of my last year's experience, not because anything that has happened this year, because something the person didn't start off.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm picking it because of my past experiences, and it's it's a very cherishable memory.
I see. So, Ashvika, I would like you to imagine yourself as a member of the Globe family. What would you want the club to do more, project-wise?
Project-wise, well, I have 10 projects. All are 10 different things.
Very diverse.
Very diverse, yes. Very, very diverse. None of them are similar to one another.
We have everything from audio podcast to
Beach
magazine.
photo, exactly, beaches,
Yeah.
do a lot of things covered. So I personally, as a member, we have everything covered from my perspective. Me and my board got together when we were making these plans for the project, and this is basically an idea of
The perfect club year for you.
for me and my board. Yeah.
Okay, I see. So, all right, I believe it's time to move on from the present to the near future, right? So, Ashvika, what do you think of the current direction the club is heading in?
I believe we have a lot of potential.
Yeah.
I have only scratched the surface. I only was able to go to Singapore. But as a club, if we succeed, there are so many events and competitions and scientific stars held by the Globe program throughout the world. If we get ourselves an up and running club, we can be the club that literally goes abroad every month of the year.
Yeah.
Literally every month of the year there is an international event that all of us are welcomed.
Yeah.
We could actually do a lot more stuff than just going abroad. We can do a lot of stuff inside the country also.
Will really make an impact.
Exactly. What, as a chairman, I would like to do is do the club better than my last year.
Yeah.
But I'm trying my best to do it. They did a good job. They did a very good job. Shout out to Onet and Tenukaya. Their goal that year was to do better than their predecessors.
Yeah.
Which at the end of the year, they believe they achieved.
I see.
So my goal is to do better than my predecessors. So at the end of the year, I just want to know that I did better.
Yeah, I completely agree, right? So, Ashvika, with the great work the club is currently doing, the future looks very promising, right, for the club and the school as a whole. But with that, we have officially come to the end of the inaugural episode of Group Talks 24, featuring the current chairman, Ashvika Dias. So, Ashvika, thank you very much for your insight and valuable opinions regarding the club. And thank you for being here.
Well, no worries, Kiran. This was a really fun opportunity to show people the uniqueness of our club and let the students of Royal know what to expect from us in the future. So, thank you.
Yeah, so, and thank you to all the viewers of Group Talks 24 for tuning in today. We will see you all in the next episode of Group Talks 24. Make sure to follow us to stay updated as to when new episodes are dropping and any updates. Have a great day.